comfortable, very little breeze. High UV index today. Hopefully the folks came out armed with sunblock. Just perfect conditions as Notre Dame and Michigan get together again. Rich Rodriguez and the Wolverines lost last year in South Bend in his first Notre Dame Michigan game. They committed 6 turnovers. That was the big issue. Brian Wright will kick off for Michigan. The Wolverines won the toss and deferred, so Notre Dame will receive. We are really back with Barry Gallup Jr. and we are underway. A booming kick by Wright about 3 yards deep in the end zone, and Riddick started out, and then the true freshman took a knee with some advice offered by Barry Gallup Jr. They open with 1 back and 4 receivers. Clausen under center. Armando Allen is the running back. And he gets the call, trying to run around left end, and he gets nothing. Stacked up by Stevie Brown. Gain of 1 on first down. And on the delay, a big hole. Armando Allen rips through all the way out to the 45-yard line. Say second year he hasn't demonstrated in prior seasons. Good catch by the tight end Rudolph. Again, Charlie Weiss spread the formation with receivers. That's good for a 6-yard gain. Weiss calling the plays last week. Great balance between the run and pass. They come out throwing on second down, and Rudolph had a step on the defender, and it was too high. Third down and 4. Clausen, quick toss to Rudolph. He breaks a tackle, breaks another, and is finally ankle tackled at the 25-yard line. First down, Notre Dame. Another impressive opening drive. The quick toss to Duval Kamara. He's their 3rd wide receiver. It looks like he has another first down at the 15-yard line. The toss back to Armando Allen with blockers in front. And he bangs down near the 11-yard line. Obieze credited with the tackle. 2nd and 5. Opening drive of the game. Notre Dame driving impressively. Play action pass for Clausen with all day to throw. End zone incomplete. Looking for Golden Tate with Donovan Warren in coverage. 25 TD passes. About 17 interceptions last year. Empty backfield. 5 receivers on 3rd and 5. Quarterback draw. And Clausen is stuffed at the line of scrimmage by Brandon Graham. He's the best player on that Michigan defense. First career field goal attempt for the true freshman, Nick Tausch, out of Plano, Texas. He was perfect on his extra points last week, 5 for 5 against Nevada. And that kick is no good. Wide right from 28 yards. So now Tate Forcier in the Michigan offense, and he comes out slinging. Finds his tight end, Kevin Koger, for 11 yards and a first down. Carlos Brown starts at running back and gets nothing. A loss of a yard. And the school record 110 tackles last year for a defensive back. Forcier, a short throw. It's Kevin Koger again, the sophomore from Toledo. 3rd down and 8. And a blitz, and Forcier gets away from it. He has excellent feet. And he could not get away from the second tackler, Darius Fleming.
Forcier handles things very, very well.
Remarkably poised. Zoltan Mesko, a short punt by his standards. Golden Tate watched it bounce. And the Wolverines down at the 28-yard line. With Charlie Weiss calling the plays. Hard to believe, but Notre Dame in 2007 was the worst offensive team in the country. Only 242 yards per game. They went 3-9. Last year they were the most improved team in total offense. Moved up to the middle of the pack, improved by 113 yards a game, but still plenty of room for improvement. Clausen throws. Caught. Short gain of about 5. Golden Tate the reception. Donovan Warren in coverage. Now he is the offensive coordinator. He does everything that he used to do when he was the offensive coordinator for the New England Patriots.
That's what he does best. I mean, he's in control right now.
says it adds about 3 hours of work a day on top of the head coaching responsibilities. 3rd down and 2. And now 2 tight ends on the field for Notre Dame. Giving Michigan a lot of formations here early. Clausen under duress, throws it away.
Sean, that was not good.
After the first drive for Notre Dame went 69 yards and ended with a missed field goal. Here's Eric Most, the senior punter from Roswell, Georgia, who doubles as a pitcher on Notre Dame's baseball team. He was 2nd team All Big East a year ago. High booming punt. And a fair catch made by Greg Mathews at the 21. Second possession for Michigan on their own 21. Midway through the first quarter. Forcier showing his running ability. Gain of 8. On 2nd and 2, the quick throw and catch. There's a flag now as Kelvin Grady was taken down quickly by Sergio Brown. Bill Lamagna, the referee. Well, Notre Dame only had 3 penalties last week, but Charlie Weiss didn't like one of the holding calls against his team. Long throw, and it's incomplete. Daryl Stoneham was open. Coverage from Rashawn McNeil. And now the inside handoff, a flag down, thrown where you would expect another holding call.
Holding. 71 offense. 10 yards previous spot. First down.
Notre Dame won at home in South Bend in this rivalry last year. Now the 2 of the winningest programs in the history of college football, with Texas in between on the all-time win list. A screen to Carlos Brown. The last year in the loss at Notre Dame, Michigan lost 4 fumbles and had 2 interceptions, 6 turnovers. You're never going to win when you do that. Quick throw and great effort after the catch. Daryl Stoneham lunges for an extra yard or 2 to the 38.
They like his ability with the ball in his hand. You could see that at the end of the play. He's a strong kid. Not going to go down very easy.
Didn't have a catch last week. Forcier 5 out of 6 passing as a man wide open, and it is caught. And he stepped out of bounds back at the 26-yard line. Carlos Brown out of the backfield. Credit Harrison Smith with forcing him out of bounds, but it was really the throw that took him out of bounds.
Now Forcier sees it right away. That's the most important part.
Throwing in the juggle. Got him dancing along the sideline. Brandon Minor as they come quickly to the line. They'll line up. Then look to the sideline. Forcier. Rich Rodriguez says we handle it pre-snap. Then he has decisions to make post-snap. He handed it off to Minor. Good decision. He's inside the 5 and down at the 2. Senior from Richmond, Virginia. 1st and goal after a 22-yard run. Minor again. Stood up at the goal line. Touchdown! He's healthier, and it's made a big difference. USC and Ohio State college football primetime presented by Hampton Hotels tonight, 8 Eastern. That's on ESPN. The Trojans have had the upper hand lately, and Barkley very impressive, playing San Jose State last week.
And he should, because that offensive line for USC, that might be the best offensive line in all of college football.
Ryan Wright kicks off. Here's Barry Gallup Jr. Son of the terrific coach Barry Gallup. All right, John, thank you. And here's a big gainer on 1st and 10 for Notre Dame. Armando Allen averaging just under 10 per rush. Empty backfield. Lawson, good catch on a high throw. Golden Tate with a run after the catch to the Michigan 45, and another 1st down with 3.5 to go in the first quarter. Back to the run with Allen, trying the middle this time. And a good sturdy tackle by Jonas Mouton, the linebacker.
Now they're dropping down.
3 wide receivers. Allen along back. Play action pass. They're setting up a screen, and it is beautifully set up. Armando Allen down the far sideline. All the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
Following the review, The runner stepped out of bounds at the 22-yard line.
Yep, size 12 gets you every time.
Ball, first down. Back operator. Please reset the game clock. 2:26. 2:26 on the game clock.
So it's 1st and 10 from the 22. Here's Theo Riddick, the speedy freshman. Snapped up by Stevie Brown. No gain. 2nd down and 10. Lawson steps up on target to Armando Allen, and a good open field tackle by Donovan Warren. Notre Dame at the Michigan 17. Lawson one-on-one and too far. Eric Most is the holder. He's the punter. Gordon Pollard snaps, and that one is good. So Nick Tausch will kick off. Martavius Odoms and Daryl Stoneham back deep for Michigan. Down to the 6 to Stoneham. Daryl Stoneham running away from the kicker. Touchdown, Michigan! Jason Olesnovich for the extra point. 5th-year senior, 1st year starting. That place kicker for Michigan makes it 14-3.
And there's a lot of stuff that goes on from year 1 to year 2. The least of which is learning your head coach.
Ryan Wright's kickoff down to the 1 to Theo Riddick, and he breaks a couple of tackles. And now Clausen. Not on the field at quarterback as Armando Allen lined up in the Wildcat. He's a junior from Westlake Village, California, in Southern California. Armando Allen.
It's over, guys. It's done.
About 2 yards short of the first down on the final play of a wide open first quarter.
Tightened up coverage, you can see. You got them all lined up on guys. You got one safety deep.
Armando Allen running right, first down.
You need to get in the end zone with 6.
A touchdown call back on the replay review. Clausen throwing that deep ball to an open receiver. Michael Floyd taken down by Boubacar Sissoko. He averaged 47 per catch last week with 4 balls against Nevada. 3 of them went for touchdowns. 1st and 10 Irish. Clausen with all day. Zings another one for another first down. The Golden Tate. Clausen in rhythm again. He had been feasting the last 2 games against Hawaii and Nevada, and doing it again today now against the Big Ten defensive unit, Michigan. Allen straight ahead. Boy, that's a tough run. He felt like he went down too easily last year, didn't break enough tackles. 2nd and goal, Notre Dame. From the Michigan 4. 12.5 to go till halftime. Michigan leading by 11. Jimmy Clausen throws quickly. Touchdown, Notre Dame. Golden Tate beat Boubacar Sissoko. Notre Dame up to 209 yards of offense, averaging 7.5 yards per play. Nick Tausch adds the extra point. Capacity's actually down a couple of thousand this year at the Big House, down to about 106,000 while they complete the renovations. They'll be back to over 108,000 capacity next year. Nick Tausch kicks off. Martavius Odoms. But Michigan on offense has been moving as well, averaging just under 9 yards per play. They have 113 yards of offense, and of course the 94-yard kickoff return for a score. Trying to set up a screen, and Notre Dame is all over it.
They have more time in the system. They have better personnel. The guys that Charlie Weiss wants. Rodriguez is still trying to get his guys in.
Charlie Weiss agreed with that statement. Forcier has a lot of running room. Needs to get the 34 for the first down. Didn't get there. Got to the 29, and that's all run down by Brian Smith. Zoltan Mesko, all Big Ten punter last year. the all-time leading punter in Michigan history. Clausen, another screen. Charlie Weiss loves screens, and why not? Flag down. Allen down after a 12-yard gain.
There was no foul downfield, but we had holding. 74 offense. 10 yards previous spot. First down.
5 wide receivers. And a delay of game call now against the Irish.
Delay game. Offense.
Under 10 minutes to go in the half now. Clausen on 1st and 25 goes deep, and there he is again, Michael Floyd. Sissoko just cannot cover him. 35-yard per catch average, as we said, down from the 47 per grab last week. Clausen smelling blood, going deep, and it is broken up beautifully. Donovan Warren that time had coverage on Golden Tate. And he reminds me of Ray Crockett, longtime NFL defensive back. Of course, Greg Robinson spent 14 years as an assistant coach in the NFL, 10 as a defensive coordinator, won 2 rings with the Denver Broncos. Armando Allen going through that defense. First down, 40-yard line of Michigan as we get the U.S. Open back and moving. Jonas Gray at running back now. Well-deserved breather for Armando Allen, who's rushed for 78 yards. Notre Dame driving. A touchdown would give them the lead. Clausen zips one. Hot. Golden Tate. Another first down to the 25-yard line.
Passer. 45. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic. First down.
1st and 10. Just outside the 12. Jonas Gray running right across the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Jonas Mouton, the play for Michigan. Top quarterback recruit in the country coming out of high school. He throws it to the back corner of the end zone. Touchdown! They're making it look easy on the perimeter. Michael Floyd beat Donovan Warren. And the extra point is good from Nick Tausch. Nick Tausch will kick off for Notre Dame. Latavius Odoms, Darryl Stoneham back deep for the Wolverines. It's Odoms from the 6. Trying to go all the way across the field and did not reach the 20. This place a little quieter now as Notre Dame has come back from 11 down to take a 3-point lead. Tate Forcier in trouble behind the line of scrimmage and sacked, and a late flag thrown in the defensive secondary.
Holding. Number 31 on the defense. 10-yard penalty. First down.
And here's Denard Robinson now, the other freshman quarterback with blazing speed, sub 4.40. And a hard-earned yard. Welcome to this rivalry, says Robert Blanton, the cornerback.
That kid can go.
When compared to Pat White, who started quarterback for Rich Rodriguez of West Virginia, Blanton, the only person near that throw from Tate Forcier, as the throw went over the head of Kelvin Grady. Forcier has better receivers, or rather Clausen has better receivers with which to work. Forcier's throw is high and incomplete. Greg Mathews was in a crowd and got upended as the ball went over his head. Second straight 3-and-out for Michigan. Zoltan Mesko to punt. Born in Romania, came to this country when he was 11 years old with his parents. Got a terrible bounce on an already short punt, and it was fielded by Ray Herring. 3 wide receivers. Armando Allen, the only back, and has a big hole and almost broken. Goes to the 27. Allen again, and they were ready for him. No gain. He got smothered by Brandon Graham. Holly. And looking for a solid running game for a long time in South Bend.
That's it, guys. It's over.
Wolfholt made the stop on Armando Allen. 3rd down and 10.
Sitting in the zone.
Clausen out of the gun. Flag thrown on the snap. And another screen. Armando Allen through the secondary. And down at the 9, and another flag thrown.
Holding. Number 18 downfield. That penalty's been declined. Illegal shift. Offense. 5 yards previous spot. Critique third down.
Fourth penalty today against Notre Dame. Third down, 15. 3.5 to go in the half. Lawson, short throw, and a solid tackle made in space by Craig Rowe. He's 1 for 2 today. Missed from 28, good from 34. Plenty of leg, and it is right down the middle. Two schools have a long history together, rivalry back to 1887, and lately the games have been tight. 7 of the last 8 decided by a touchdown or less. One difference today, Notre Dame scoring in Ann Arbor. Their last 3 trips to Ann Arbor, a total of 17 points for Notre Dame, and they all came in one game, a 17-10 win here in 2005. They were shut out on their other 2 trips. Forcier, after the fake, wanted to throw it, and he is run down from behind back at the 26 by Darius Fleming. 2 minutes to go in the half. Forcier on target. First down, 49-yard line. Darrell Stoneham. Bernard Robinson takes his place now. He's into the last series. Carried once for no gain. This time finds a crease and has a first down for the Notre Dame 36. Robinson was 3rd in the Class 4A state meet in Florida in the 100-yard last year. Ran a 10.44. Forcier can run too. And another good tackle in space. And they set up a reverse. Martavius Odoms, and Notre Dame disciplined against that trickery. Forcier, 5-man rush. He throws incomplete. Forcier again under pressure. He has a lot of running room. Elects to throw instead and has a man for a first down. Forcier runs, flag down, and he throws, and another flag down. The ball was caught by Carlos Brown.
Holding. Offense number 72. Pass interference. Defense number 31. Penalties offset. Still first down.
Both these quarterbacks are playing pretty well.
Forcier, 5-man rush. Again, he steps up in the grasp. He gets rid of it.
Smart play by Forcier.
He's grown up around football his whole life. Forcier. You mentioned the 2 older brothers. Both college quarterbacks. Olis Novich from 39 yards. And it is good on the final play of a very entertaining first half here at the Big House. Notre Dame was the best kickoff coverage team in the country last year. They gave up a touchdown on a kickoff return in the first half, and Odoms brings this one back. There's Tate Forcier, not to be overshadowed, at a very good first half. 9 out of 14. He's on target with his first throw of the second half. Darrell Stoneham out near the 40 and an apparent first down, tackled by Kyle McCarthy. ESPN-U had him rated the 14th best quarterback in the high school ranks a year ago.
Nice.
Beautiful ball fake.
Kid's got game.
And he goes out of bounds near the 47. 7-yard gain on that play. 2nd and 3. As we mentioned, he's been groomed to play quarterback in college since he was in the 3rd grade. And he carries for a first down at a very early age. He used to hop on the train in San Diego, go an hour and a half each way up to Orange County to work out with Marv Marinovich. 3 brothers. We mentioned a little rivalry in Southern California. There were 3 Clausen brothers now who have played quarterback in college football, and 3 Forciers. And it's Forcier's team on the move. Brandon Minor rumbles down.
He slides nice and easy to the hole. They need to use him more.
Minor through a gaping hole. Inside the 5 and down at the 1.
Maybe you and I should be calling this game.
Michigan 1st and goal. Poised to reclaim the lead. They led by 11 early. Minor again tripped up. Good penetration by that defensive front for the Irish. Capron, Lewis, Moore. High formation now with Minor the tailback. Power football. Forcier fumbled the snap and appeared to get it back. He did, but lost a yard to the 2. They stay with the power look. 2 tight ends. Toss to Minor. He's in trouble and smothered, and there's a flag down. He got stuffed back at the 5, and they blew it up for a loss, and there was also a holding call against Michigan. Recently put on scholarship. He wasn't even sure he was going to come back for his 5th year, but Rich Rodriguez told him the kicking job was wide open, and he earned it in the preseason. 5 yards further back, and he missed it. Hooked it wide left.
Thank you very much, says Notre Dame.
First offensive possession of the second half for Notre Dame after 302 yards of offense in the first half. And they come out slinging. Another holding flag thrown as Clausen runs for 6.
Holding, 59 offense, 10 yards, previous spot, first down.
Neither team has turned it over, and that's been a staple of the Charlie Weiss era. Quick throw and catch. Golden Tate got them back out to the 19. 3 wide receivers. Clausen with time again has Floyd cutting across the middle for a first down. Driven back, but he got to the 31. Some of those preseason publications have been rated the best in the country. Fumble! Stevie Brown knocked it out, and a rare turnover for Notre Dame as Jonas Mouton recovered.
They said they were going to try to get to him, or we did rather, because he's a smaller guy, but he used his speed there to make a big play.
Michigan drove on the opening possession of this half, missed a short field goal. Here's Minor again, turning the corner for about 7. And there's Minor into the secondary. First and goal. Wolverines at the 7-yard line. Big chunks on the ground game now for Brandon Minor. They're going with the fastest of their 3 paces. It's Minor again, finding the hole. He lost the ball and got it back. Running right inside the 5 and banged out of bounds at the 2. Crowd wanted a late hit on that side of the field. They're going to spot it at the 3. Forcier back in. Forcier throws, and it is caught. Touchdown, Michigan. Kevin Koger.
Not a big kid, but a heady kid, and he can play.
And Olis Novich kicks the extra point. Yeah, he doesn't play like a true freshman, and poised well beyond his years as well. Brian Wright's kickoff. Down to Barry Gallup Jr. Nice return right up the middle. Barry Gallup Jr. across midfield. Armando Allen ran right into the pile, tried to bounce outside and lost a yard. 5 wides for Jimmy Clausen. They blitzed him, and his pass was errant. They got pressure up the middle from a couple of blitzing linebackers, Jonas Mouton and Obi Aze.
Watch up top.
Clausen trying to set up a screen. They sniffed that one out, and he had to throw it at the fate of Armando Allen. Just days after he learned he would not be coming back for a 5th season as head coach at Syracuse. Very emotional day for Robinson and that Syracuse team. Eric Moss bombed one too deep into the end zone. It will come out to the 20. After the first 3 and out for Notre Dame on offense today, Michigan takes over. On 1st and 10 from their own 20. It's Brandon Minor taking the handoff from Tate Forcier ahead for 2 yards.
But he does it for more than one reason. Most of the time you say it's just a throw. He's not afraid to run either.
Throwing deep down the field and incomplete. Aaron Walls had step-for-step coverage with Greg Mathews. If you know he looks smaller than that, certainly when you see him on TV, he was taller than I thought in person. He might be just under 6'1". Well set up screen, and Carlos Brown has a first down.
He's tearing it up right now.
Forcier after a good fake. Tripped up, but still got nearly 5. Brian Smith made the tackle. His brother Chris Forcier was coming out as the same time as Jimmy Clausen, both highly touted high school quarterbacks. Forcier's on the sideline. Denard Robinson.
That's it, that's it.
And they followed your advice, man. They know he's going to run it when he's in there, and he gets stuffed for no gain.
So at one point, you're going to have to let him throw the football.
All from Southern California, playing on a beautiful day in Michigan. Little bubble screen, and Kelvin Grady is pulled down. What a risk. It might be a pooch punt, and it is. And Forcier showing another skill. Will it stop? Yes! Great effort by Stoneham. Notre Dame from its own 4.
Single deep, they're going to go up.
Clausen airing it out. Single coverage. And incomplete.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 33. 15-yard penalty. First down.
From the line of scrimmage, the ball out to the 18-yard line. Play action pass. Clausen. Flag thrown. We expect offensive holding. Kyle Rudolph is wide open. He may go. Izay trying to catch him and does at the 10, but this one is likely coming back. And it will. Offensive holding. Back of their own 9, 1st and 23.5 to go, third quarter. Clausen near side, caught by Floyd. Tackled immediately. Back and forth game here in Ann Arbor. Now it's Notre Dame down by 4. Quick throw and it's dropped.
Floyd's matched up down below.
Moved in close to the line of scrimmage. Clausen under pressure, lofts it up for Tate, and it's incomplete. After Notre Dame went through that defense with ease in the first half. Eric Moss punts, short. And a soft bounce. And rolls down to the 36. Fourth game, Michigan led 14-3. Notre Dame led 20-14, then 10 unanswered points for the Wolverines. And they had stopped the Irish offense. Forcier could have run, dumped it off to Koger. First down, Notre Dame territory, 38-yard line. Kyle McCarthy banged him out. Forcier keeps after the fake to Minor and is dragged down at the 36. Gain of about 2.5. Robert Blanton made the tackle. Carlos Brown is in the backfield at the moment. And he gets the handoff. Georgia native down to the 30. Gorgeous day on a beautiful campus. Ann Arbor, Michigan, University of Michigan hosting their rivals Notre Dame. Wolverines leading by 4 as we go to the fourth quarter and looking for more. A big 3rd down and 2 for Tate Forcier and the Wolverines at the Notre Dame 30. And Minor's stopped for a loss.
They brought everybody, Sean. They brought everybody, dropped them down. They were expecting a run inside.
So they'll go for it on 4th and 3. Forcier looked to the sideline for guidance.
Safeties are coming down again.
Everybody up for the Irish. Great move by Forcier. Right up the middle. Touchdown, Michigan. A star is born in college football today. Forcier's touchdown. And the extra point, giving Michigan an 11-point lead. Wright with a good kick. And Theo Riddick takes a knee in the middle of the end zone. Now Clausen with work to do. Comes out with a quick throw. Duval Kamara.
This is good for Notre
5
Dame.
and even 6.
Yeah, this is good for Notre Dame right here. Troy Woolfolk with that speed getting over there. But now let's see exactly where they're at, because this is a talented team.
2nd and 4. Clausen might be confused. Goes to the run. Armando Allen fights for a first down. And the football's a dandy. Clausen's throw incomplete. Donovan Warren had the coverage on Golden Tate. Warren, yet another Southern Californian in this game. He's from Los Angeles. His godfather is the terrific former USC defensive back Mark Carrier. 2nd and 10. Just 3 first downs in the second half for Notre Dame. Clausen going deep. Warren has the coverage, and it is incomplete. Looked like it was going to be a home run to Golden Tate. Michigan leads by 11. 13 minutes to go and only 1 timeout left now for the Irish. Clausen, only a 4-man rush. Steps up and throws for a first down. Michael Floyd out to the 44. They didn't come after Clausen, and they paid the price. 14-yard gain.
And they dropped everybody back in the zone. And Clausen, because he's not getting the pressure, he's able to look down the field. See, and now he just waits for Floyd to come across, and boom, ooh, he was met there. But a nice job of Clausen finding the receiver and banging out, getting it done.
6 catches, 119 yards for Floyd. His 2nd straight 100-yard-plus receiving game to open the year. Slant, another first down. Floyd again.
They're going to get to the line of scrimmage here,
passing drills. They are coming up quickly now. Charlie Weiss wants them to hurry up, but they spent a week this summer working on timing. They all say they think it's really paid off in game situations. It's certainly been crisp in the first 2. Whoa! That time Floyd didn't see it coming. Again, the play clock running down. Wonder if Clausen's aware of it. 1 second, they didn't get it off, and the flag is thrown.
Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 2nd down.
Well, he's way too experienced now. 3-year starter beginning his junior year to have stuff like that happen. Say this, with this new construction, it is noticeably louder at the big house. Clausen throws, caught, short of a first down, but they get a lot of yardage back to the 38-yard line. That's why I'm a little surprised, especially the 2-score lead. They don't take a chance or 2 and blitz Clausen. They've been effective with those well-timed blitzes. Now the toss. Armando Allen pulled down with a first down at the 32-yard line. Good block by the tight end, Kyle Rudolph, to help lead the way for the junior running back. Clausen under 11 and a half to go. Deep down the far sideline. Caught! Touchdown and then dropped, says the back official. Golden Tate again couldn't hang on. And the Irish fans can't believe it. It's been an excruciating day for Notre Dame. 1 touchdown called back after a replay review. A 72-yard pass play wiped out by a penalty. Clausen a low throw. Shaquille Evans, highly recruited freshman out of Southern California, as a freshman kicker, particularly effective. Armando Allen turns the corner, and it looked like he got it. No, based on where they're spotting it, I don't think he did get it. Game 2, but a big play perhaps for the season for Notre Dame in Michigan. 4th and 1, Clausen, first down. Under 10 minutes to go. Low snap handled by Clausen. Again, single coverage. Again, a catch. Golden Tate, touchdown. He held on. He got away from Sissoko and scored.
I'm Greg Robinson. I'm bringing some heat right now, and I'm going to walk my guys up tight. Got a matchup right down here. Here is nice with Floyd. See if they try to go to him. He's one-on-one outside. He has Golden Tate up top with a lot of room to the outside.
They send the 3 receivers to the right as Floyd went in motion. Under duress, Clausen has to get rid of it, and it's incomplete. So many dramatic finishes. Certainly we're set up for another one here. 2 beleaguered coaches in dire need of a big win. Only one will get it. Notre Dame's now within 5 after the touchdown on the field. 2-point try. Nick Tausch kicks off. Martavius Odoms tripped up. He made it to the 29. Mike Anello, special team star for Notre Dame, made the tackle. And Michigan trying to protect the 5-point lead. They come out swinging, and Forcier on the money to Daryl Stoneham for a 9-yard gain. 2nd down and 1.
Safety's coming down.
Trying to stop the run. It's Minor powering for a first down. Kaplan Lewis Moore made the tackle. They're out to the 44 here. Wisely letting the play clock run down. 8.5 minutes as he takes the snap. Steps forward, throws it up for grabs and got away with it. Threw it in the direction of Greg Mathews, and Darren Walls saw that one coming. Michigan has not turned it over today. Forcier, one of his few poor decisions today on that last throw that he got away with. Minor taken down at the 42. It'll be 3rd down and 10. 8 minutes to go. Big 3rd down and 11. Forcier intercepted, and it's Kyle McCarthy. Weaving all over the field, they can't get him down, and finally he's tackled from behind at the 36-yard line by Greg Mathews. 20-yard return.
Back inside to Williams. See, he just missed him. He missed him to Greg Mathews, and of course McCarthy's right there. Just like we said, he's always around the football.
Senior from Youngstown, Ohio, as we mentioned, not highly recruited. In fact, Charlie Weiss joked that he recruited McCarthy himself, one of the few recruits Charlie got when he was basically a one-man recruiting gang. He had just gotten a head coaching job and didn't have a staff. Notre Dame from the 36 after the first Michigan turnover of the game. Kyle Rudolph down at the 28, 2 yards short of the first down, tackled by Jonas Mouton. 3 receivers. This Michigan secondary under siege all day. One-on-one again, and that's way out of bounds. And there is a flag down on the far sideline. Sissoko bumping with Floyd.
There's no foul on the play. The pass was ruled uncatchable.
3rd down and 2. Again, likely 4-down territory here for Notre Dame. Allen. Enough for the first down to the 25-yard line. Obiase made the tackle.
And the guy who's quietly turned himself in a pretty good game is that center Eric Olson in there. That's a good player. You know, you watch him on film, and he's a guy who's in control. He's a strong kid. He's very good to the second level, and they've used what he can do today very well.
First year as a center. He was the starting guard last year. Started at left guard. They come after Clausen. They don't get there. Back of the end zone. Caught but out of bounds is Michael Floyd. And Sissoko's going to need a shower when this one's over. It's a big loss for the Irish. He's had his 2nd huge game in a row to start the season. 2nd and 10 Notre Dame. Trailing 31-26. 6:22 to go. They're at the Michigan 25. They stay with 3 wide receivers.
Third man.
Clausen throws. It is caught by Shaquille Evans, who just came in for Floyd. He fought for every inch. 3 wide receivers. Armando Allen is the running back. He's had a 100-yard game at 109 rushing.
Going to blitz off the edge.
Allen running left. First down. And he's inside the 10.
Did a nice job there. 118 yards for Armando Allen.
So long they've been waiting for the running game in South Bend. Looks like they have it with an experienced offensive line and Allen an improved back. He finds the hole and finds the end zone. Touchdown and the lead for Notre Dame. They're taking advantage of the McCarthy interception to score. Now the 2-point try. 3 receivers to the right. Clausen faking in that direction. Inside handoff. What a call. Beautifully executed. Allen brings it in and then gets called for taunting.
And you go back and look at Ohio State. They've got plenty of good players. And you look at the draft classes. Ohio State has 77 guys drafted since 99, USC 66. So the players are there.
Because of the penalty, they kick off from the 15. This really helps Michigan. All they need is a field goal to tie. And they're going to have excellent field position, largely because of the unsportsmanlike conduct call. Martavius Odoms brought it out to the 41. Both teams have rallied from behind today here to take the lead. Now it's Michigan trying to come from behind, and Mathews is chopped down immediately by Darren Walls. Michigan playing without the right guard, Mooseman, who was injured on the last series. Forcier up the middle, first down into Notre Dame territory at the 46. Forcier throws, caught near sideline. Carlos Brown out of bounds at the 43. Charlie Weiss in his role as offensive coordinator over on the bench, huddled with Jimmy Clausen, talking about what they might do when they get back on offense. They don't know what the situation will be when that happens. Missed handoff.
Oh, that's big.
Yeah, Forcier had to get on it. They're back at the 50. Loss of 8. Forcier on 3rd and 14 has a man wide open, and he fell down. Kevin Koger twisting for the ball. Golden Tate back for the punt from Zoltan Mesko. And he calls for a fair catch and makes it at the 17-yard line. Time-killing mode, you would think. And they start out with Armando Allen, and he has a lot of room. Robert Hughes is the running back. 2 timeouts left for Michigan. Notre Dame leading by 3 with the ball at their own 29. Clausen going deep, one-on-one coverage, and beautifully defended by Warren. Play clock all the way down to 2. They bring everybody. Clausen throws, and it caught Shaquille Evans by surprise. Michael Floyd not on the field with the injury. Evans in for him. And Michigan says thank you very much for those 2 pass plays, Notre Dame. It stopped the clock, leaving the Wolverines now with plenty of time. 2:19 and 2 timeouts left, needing only a field goal to force a possible overtime. Short punt by Eric Moss, and great field position for the Wolverines. In Southern California, Michigan fan. His dad is originally from Michigan. Forcier over the middle, caught. Greg Mathews near the first down marker. Looks like he's going to be just shy. Minute 40. 2 timeouts. Minor gets the first down. They'll stop the clock for a moment to move the chains. They're at the Notre Dame 42. Oldest Novich, the 5th-year senior, walk-on. Said he came back in part for a 5th year because he knows Rich Rodriguez was once a walk-on himself at West Virginia, and gives walk-ons a chance. Forcier under duress and bang down. Huge loss. 2nd and 15. Forcier on the run, completes it, and run after the catch for Tay Odoms. And he's in bounds, so the clock runs. That sideline wanted to get out of bounds. 3rd down and 4 here. Forcier over the middle. Is it caught? Yes, say the officials. 40 seconds to go. 1st and 10 Michigan, down by 3. They inch closer. The ball with the 22. Forcier looks like he wants to run. Forcier throws on the run. Caught inside the 5. Lateral Savoy out of bounds with 22 seconds to go.
Going to the end zone.
Forcier. He's running. He's in trouble. He's still on his feet. Now he throws. Dropped in the end zone by Savoy. With the injuries at wide receiver, Savoy, a 5th-year senior, long-time backup, in there at crunch time. Notre Dame brings the blitz. Forcier throws. Caught! Touchdown! Greg Mathews! Now an important extra point. It's a 4-point game.
And we're picking a player of the game. It's that boy right there. Tate Forcier did everything you could ever ask of a quarterback at any level.
Squib kick. They wanted the speedy Riddick to have a chance to return it in Notre Dame, but he couldn't handle it.
With 11 seconds to go, you let him throw it in front of you, you're not getting beat deep.
9 seconds, the time on the clock.
How'd that happen? Should be 11 up there.
3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Clausen throws to the left. It's Golden Tate looking for blocks. Time running out, and that time that came off the clock is key as the clock runs out as Tate hits the ground.
Holly, what do you have?
Well, I'm with Tate Forcier. You said that you don't get nervous. How nervous were you with 22 seconds left trying to win the game?
Not at all. Not at all. I don't get nervous. They gave me just enough time. You know, I let my guys make the play, and Greg made one hell of a play.
Tell me a little bit, earlier in this game, you had that big run for a touchdown on 4th down. What were you thinking on that play?
You know, I saw cover 0, and I knew once I beat the first line, you know, I knew I was gone.
You also had to kick in this game. You did a little bit of everything. How did you keep your composure?
You know, I've been preparing for this my whole life, you know, and it was like nothing new to me.
You've probably imagined this as a little boy growing up. How does that compare with how this moment feels for you now?
Unbelievable, unbelievable. I mean, I'm speechless.
Thank you.
Yeah.
As we found out yesterday in visiting with Tate Forcier, it's unusual for him to be speechless.